Hello, welcome to the Falskaar Modslice. Now the purpose of the Modslice is simply to show you the qualities of the mod without spoiling the main story. So let's continue here. Here I'm doing my Falskaar main campaign, and here's a side quest I'm doing that has more or less nothing to do with the main quest. So I'll show you this just to show you a few qualities of the mod, like voice acting, the detail in the landscapes, and so forth. So let's read here. Shavia, who runs the general store in Amber Creek, has asked me to look into a massive old amber ring that her family sold years ago. Harold, a potential treasure hunter, is staying in the end and may know more. I've already done 2 objectives. I've not searched Frostrunner's wreck, but I've asked Wolf, a person down at the harbour, about the ring, and I've asked Harold as well, who also has inquired about the ring himself and wants the ring from himself, and has given me the reasons why he wants the ring, and Shvea wants the ring too, giving a choice system to side quest. This isn't simply a linear quest, this is a side quest where you're given choices. But let me show you the mod in action. Now this is the lovely Shvea, and now let's like a taste of the voice acting for this mod, shall we?
What's a handsome man like you doing in Amber Creek? Okay, ask whatever you like.
Now the female voice acting isn't necessarily as good as the male voice acting, but nevertheless it's much better than most mods.
The merchant vessel carrying it, sunk in a terrible storm. Anything else you want to ask? I'll share anything that might help you find the ring.
Here's some more details that may want to aid you with your choice. You can ask a selection of information, and allowing the player to deliberate who he wants to give the ring to in the quest. So let's ask this.
It was 15 years ago. I was a young girl then. But I remember that day, Amber Creek was having a hard time getting by. A merchant came through with a great wealth to spend. My father saw an opportunity and decided to sell the ring. He didn't want to, but he had no choice. He gave everyone in town some of that money and kept us all out of truly dark times. Anything else you want to ask? I'll share anything that might help you find the ring.
That's a pretty convincing reason why she wants the ring.
I'm ready to buy
But not only was that detail, you may want to notice the background rail. This is her shop centre, and you may, unlike most modded towns or anything you might have seen before, the detail in these interiors is pretty great. You wouldn't be able to tell the difference between vanilla, but also, let's look at the detail. It's not only restricted to interiors. Everyone, this is Amber Creek. Now, I would be able to tell the difference between Amber Creek and any vanilla town. This is the town where you'll be getting not only most of your side quests, but the main quest as well. It basically has everything you might need, including an inn, which you'll be looking in right now. Let me show you that.
Hello.
Would you like to hear a song?
Don't fall and hurt yourself now.
Now, not only is the voice acting good when
morning.
they're communicating with you,
Sure.
but they also
What
have
would you
good
like to hear?
incidental dialogue as well. And not only that, but this mod
But
has a
of
bard
course,
as well.
I'd be happy to play that, especially for you.
Okay, I think I've just
If I
picked
had
a
a coin for
spoiler-filled
every
song,
mug of
but
mead Gabriel
otherwise we'll
drinks,
quickly
we could
get out
afford
here as
nicer
quickly as
things.
possible.
Hello.
Not only that, but they have pretty good
Was that
child
really
actors
necessary?
as well. Or
My
actresses
dad
and actors.
says I can be the best cook in Falskaar if I just keep practicing.
That is to save the land.
Great,
Bye, mister.
what an amazing
the
ambition. Let's get out here.
Dragonborn.
Let's get on with our quest. Now, as you can hear now, here's the original music starting to play as well, giving Falskaar its own unique identity. I'm not playing that as an inn, but we also have a good purchaser as well, a good person who we can purchase. So,
Can I help
before we
you?
go look for ring, let's go and
Blades, helmets,
buy a sword,
shields,
shall we?
pretty much anything to suit your needs.
Now, I'm an orc, so I think I want an orcish weapon. No, I don't want that. Let's look at the orcish sword, shall we? Yep. Right, so let's head off. Now, not only that, you can also get, you probably need a horse to traverse the loud landscapes of Falskaar. It is quite big, but let's fast travel, shall we? Now, here's the drawback of the mod, which I might have mentioned in a review if you saw that, if you were late from that. It doesn't look, it's not pretty, it's definitely pretty unremarkable landscape. It's pretty bland in my opinion. It's just mostly green and rocks. It's not as say. The one recommendation I would have, improving this, the one recommendation, is to probably add a little bit more variety in terms of world space. So here we are at the harbour. Now, I think that's our marker out there, so we're going to go swim to where this ring might be. Now that's our ship to Skyrim. If you're ever in Falskaar and you want to go back to Skyrim and you're harkening back to it, there's always a vessel there. So whenever you go, the ship will be here to take you right back to Skyrim. I presume you've finished. Now, as we look at Falskaar, that is a land where you can do almost maybe 30 hours of questing. I haven't done them all yet, but it will take up a good amount of playtime, and as I might have recommended in the review, which you might have seen, or this might go up first, is that it is definitely a good thing to put in your playthrough, and it doesn't affect immersion whatsoever. It doesn't really affect you playing a character at all, or your RPG experience. In fact, it fits it quite well, and it adds quite a lot. Oh, some combat for you. There's nothing remarkably different about the combat in Falskaar. There's no different enemies or anything like that. There's no different tactics or anything like that. It pretty much replicates the Skyrim experience exactly. It really only adds a story, some voice acting. It pretty much just adds to the Skyrim experience. It's only an iterant of it rather than anything particularly new, like Moonpath to Elsewhere. It's just very well crafted, I can say that. And it's very enjoyable. And for 40 hours of playing time, it's very compelling. It definitely has a better pacing than Moonpath to Elsewhere. So, that's this proverbial guard dealt with. Let's try and find this ring, shall we? It looks like it's under the sea. It's like we have to go swimming. Oh, it's very deep. We should try that again. There we go, looks like we have it. Looks like it's here, and I'm beginning to drown, so I better get this very quickly. Hope it doesn't weigh me down before I drown. And let's keep swimming up. Am I going to drown? Okay, fantastic. So, let's head back, shall we? So when you're going to download this mod, it's about 1 GB in size. It's unfortunately not available in the Steam Workshop. Not that I'm too fond of the Steam Workshop, I'm not fond of something licensing your mods, but it's available in New Vegas Nexus. It's about 1 GB or maybe about half a gigabyte to download, I believe. I'm not entirely sure right now, but I probably put the details in the description below. But it's quite sizable, but there's no bugs. I've played through a lot of the game, and there's not that many bugs at all. There's a few niggles, like a few things that don't fire unless, you know, you've done the most specific things, but nothing ever breaks the game or stops the game from playing. So it's pretty much a good 1.0, so you can pretty much just slot this into your game and not have anything that breaks your game, in terms of technical issues anyway. So let's go back to Amber Creek, and let's head back. Now we have two choices. We can either give the ring to Harold, who unfortunately had a family die in Helgen, or so he says. He just wants to get the ring back to Skyrim, unfortunately. Or we can give it to Svea, who unfortunately her father sold the ring, and she had nothing to do with it, and now she just wants the ring back. So let's talk to Harold first, and maybe just make sure of his motives. Where is he? some reason why I'm not surprised. Alright, Harold. As you can notice, I'm practically role-playing now. That's the strength of this mod. There's nothing out there that breaks that role-playing experience, and that's very valuable.
Alright, I'll answer as best I can. I used to live in Helgen with my wife and kids before it was destroyed. Everything we own is gone, save the clothes on our backs. We tried living out of the woods, but I could barely catch enough for us to eat. I'd heard rumors about this ring of amber. If it's really as big as they say, it will be worth a small fortune to the right people. I need that money to feed my family and rebuild what we once had. Anything else you'd like to know? Anything that will convince you to sell me that ring?
Sounds an awful lot like someone I met at a bus station once. Says I used to say I didn't give
No,
them pounds.
they sold the ring. It isn't theirs anymore. I'm not stealing it from anyone. I'm simply putting it to better use than sitting at the ocean floor somewhere rotting away. Anything else you'd like to know? Anything that will convince you to sell me that ring?
I think I'm convinced about my
Think
decision.
quickly. I haven't got long before I need to return to Skyrim. Hopefully with that ring.
Well, I've already thought about it. So, yes, as you can see, as I've shown you, the side quests are very... Not only are they... This is not a linear main quest. The main quest offers some interesting choices as well, but even the side quests offer some compelling choices, allowing you to reflect on your main character once you've made them. Now, as I've said, this side quest is about as removed from the main quest as you can get. I'm just showing you basically the features of the mod in the main area and how it might play. Fortunately, I wasn't able to show you any combat or anything like that, but it's nothing remarkable.
What's a
It's
handsome
about the
man
same
like you
as
doing in
Skyrim,
Amber Creek?
completely, with Draugr
Really?
and
That's fantastic.
So
Thank
yes, I'll
you.
sell Sphere.
Actually, now that I have the ring again, can you take it and the chest piece to Rangers for me?
Progression.
You can attach them back together for me. Oh, and here's the money I promised for the ring.
Now, in terms of what rewards you get for things, I think the rewards are very well
Be
balanced. in this
careful
mod.
out there.
While you may get seemingly large cash rewards for any activities, you're never overly rich or anything like that, and you can always buy. The vendors provide what you need. You can always buy. So the economy is very balanced in that sense. There's nothing. You don't leave Falskaar, for example, with 50,000 gold. So it's the one probably complaint I might have about Amber Creek itself is that everyone tends to sleep in a lot. I mean, Svea herself doesn't seem to get to her shop by 10 AM or 11 AM, or sometimes she just doesn't show up. Seems to be the case with Ragnar here. Ragnar, or whatever his face is. They certainly don't have a necessarily good work
Can I
ethic in
help you with
Falskaar, which
anything?
might explain their problems. Yes.
She got it back? That's wonderful. Of course, I'll reattach the two together immediately.
Now, as I mentioned in
It'll
the
be done
review,
in
which
a few
probably
hours.
you haven't seen when watching this, the acting in the voice acting is very good, which is very new. I mean, thinking back to a comparable mod
Have
like
fun
Moonpath
out
to Elsewhere,
there.
where you have a bunch of
Oh,
people
I
from
still
Russia or
can't
something like that
believe
just
what
speaking
happened.
into a tinny
Can I help you
microphone.
with anything?
This is definitely an improvement, and this is the one thing that won't affect
Yes,
your
it
immersion.
is. Here you go. Bring this back to her. Not bad work, if I may say so myself. Tell her there is no charge.
It's nice of him. So, yes. I mean, as you can see, we've played about this 13 or 14 minutes so far, and I don't think you've
Safe
noticed much
travel.
difference from a vanilla quest.
Was that really necessary?
That's the main strength. Now, it's not at all different from Skyrim, it's simply an extension of Skyrim, and that's its main
Hello.
strength. There's nothing much to tell the difference for it. It doesn't try anything new, necessarily, but what it does very, very, very well.
If you need any supplies, please let me know.
So here's the
Oh, how
armor.
kind of him. Here is something for your trouble. Though there is one last thing. Can you give this suit to Gabriel?
Oh,
I want him to have it.
another progression. So yes, I have to give the
Be
armor
careful
to
out there.
Town Drunk, it seems, who only wants to box me. So, well, who I did buy the horse from, nevertheless. He's the guy to buy the horse from at the beginning of the quest.
Hello to you.
Oh,
What? The Amber Creek armor? She got the ring back? But why would she want me to have this? Unless... You know, I see something in her that I haven't seen in a woman since my wife died. I'll proudly wear this armor. Thank you.
So yes, in Falskaar, not only do you kill many people like in Skyrim, you can also create people as well, as we
See you.
will see in the future, of course, between Booty and Gabriel. So overall, that was the mod slice. I simply showed you the qualities of the mod. It's an extension of Skyrim. It's an iteration of Skyrim. It is amazing. You should download it now. The voice acting is great. The interior design is great. While the landscape might be a little bit unremarkable, there's nothing to suggest this is modded at all. It's just simply an unremarkable landscape.
No, but if I ever do, I'll
So
fight him and
yes,
show
it's
him how tough I
pretty
am.
good.
I wish they were real.
I hope
That'd be
this
so
has been
cool.
convincing. Even the
Watch out for nasty bandits.
even the child actors are just as obnoxious as they are in Skyrim. So it's pretty much the same. It's an extension, an expansion package, if you will. So yes, I am modest. I've lost my modesty, so let's put some goddamn clothes on. Okay. So yes, that has been the Mod Slicer Falskaar. I hope this has given you a taste of the mod, and you should go and download it, please, now.